part 3 of me talking about Maze Runner characters, and I've done Teresa and you already. This time I'm switching up a little bit because I'm talking about 2 characters at the same time. The reason I'm doing this, because you can't talk about Gally without talking about Chuck, and you can't talk about Chuck without talking about Gally, because it's all interlinked because of Wicked. I know a lot of people in the first movie hated Gally for what he did and how he acted towards Thomas, but I can't hate him. Gally only ever did what he thought was right for the kids in the camp, for the kids in the maze. Even when Thomas was going, Gally didn't stand in his way. He said, okay, you go, we'll stay here and survive. Gally never liked Thomas, but he never was an obstacle to him in the way Wicked was. Then later on, when they've nearly escaped, when they're in that little Wicked lab just behind the maze, when they finally get out, Gally pulls up with a gun and an infected arm. Gally shot Chuck, and Chuck... First time I cried in a movie, and also I cried later on in the movie because you know why. I can't hate Gally for that because he had no autonomy and neither did Chuck. Because if you read it in the books, the Wicked made him. He didn't want to. They made him do it. Literally controlled his arm, controlled his brain. And I don't know if you know this part, which I was shook about reading, is that Chuck didn't want to step in front of Thomas. He didn't want to sacrifice himself, but they actually made Chuck do it. Wicked was controlling him too. I'm not sure if that part was correct. It's a bit fuzzy in my brain because I've read it so long ago. But apparently they did do that. Apparently it was going to help Thomas's brain map thing to cure the flare. I was so shook about that. I don't remember if that's right, but that's what I remember, which is why I'm shook. But Gally helped Thomas out in taking down Wicked. After he escaped, he wasn't actively running away from the problem. He was trying to fix it, and he knew what he'd done and he held accountability for it. So honestly, Gally, no hate. And Chuck, him and Thomas's friendship. When he handed over that thing, there was never any hate for Chuck.